Calibrating bitrate. Bitrate calibrated. You now have internet. I'm so funny. Hello? Thing, please? I can... I still like this counter spell more. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Is unblockable a term? It is not. That's just a word I made up. Boop boop. Invisible stalker? That seems too deep. Maybe it isn't deep. No, that's fine actually what I'm talking about. Meow 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 meow. I think you can only do the blue specialize in a... Oh, wait, is there a blue-black one? There is, okay. I think I can do this one if my deck is blue and black. I'm not sure how specialize works. Associated... Wait, discard a card of that... Oh, I see how specialized works. Alright, so yeah, you're forced to do blue or black then, because you can't have a basic of a different kind in your... I didn't know specialized... I did not know specialized made you discard a card. I did not know that. Okay, I should probably take out the 2-minute ones then. Well, we'll see. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Man, I wish Fog Bank was good. Tragic. Possibly. Alright, so how do you win? Nope. I like Nashi, but it costs 3, and can you... Is it pay life equal to the... Yeah, you do pay life for the card. Maybe that's fine. It's kind of hard to pay mana for it. Maybe that one. I feel like this is counter target spell that targets a permanent you control. I feel like this is almost always good as a counter spell, like just better than Remand. There's plenty of spells that you want to, but there's no need though, because there's so many spells that, like, there's so many counter spells you don't have to do that. Speaking of Remand, I could just literally play Remand. What is the flying one? I always forget the flying one. There it is. Can I ever cast Kaito? know if Kaito does anything, but it's, I guess, okay. Cavern of Souls is not necessary. Hello. Just playing some stuff with text. Oh yeah, Psychic Frog, the thing that's basically commander level powerful. Can't forget that one. I feel like I don't like Kaito because I'm never defending it. I'm just not like trying to keep it around or anything. Which is the problem with this one too. Nope. You enjoy it. It's only been 20 years. And it'll be another 20 before I forget. Which probably still isn't enough time. So, no, those don't work. Flare is fine. Brazen Bower is fine. Don't think Dark Ritual's doing anything. Maybe Dig Through Time? I get to see games where that matters. But in all honesty, not really. Brawl is weird to pick up. I don't think I like Brawl. I don't hate Brawl. Wait, what is Brawl actually? No, Brawl's not doing much here. Not doing enough. This card is good. One with nothing, just to send a message that I don't need a hand. We're building Yuriko, which I guess in Magic is Yuffie Kisaragi, which I'm not familiar with as a character, actually. Davriel's... No, wait. No. 7th game? Could not have told you that. Other than putting it together that it is in the same art cycle as the other Final Fantasy VII characters, so that would track. Alright, I'm going to run Stifle. Probably Snapcaster Mage. I think we can get to that point. What does this do? Oh, the chorus things. Kind of like Narset's Reversal. There's not a single 1-mana rare or mythic blue sorcery in the game. Wow. Reanimate's weird. I can try it, though. It can scam people. I don't think I have to, though. Plunder costs 2. That's maybe too much. I think I want more counter spells. Maybe 1 or 2. Is Consigned to Memory good in this format yet? I don't think so. It's getting there. Slowly getting there. What does this do? Negate. Conjure a duplicate of a card of a creature card. Alright, so you steal your... What? I'm not going to craft that, but... I have seen that hit me. I've never seen the other side. It's always a negate. I've never seen the other side cast. Siren Storm Tamer is in here. That's Snapcaster Mage. Hello. Okay, this looks depressing enough to start with, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all coming together. Maybe the troll is wrong. I think the troll is wrong, yeah. No, it's not. Treasure Cruise, probably. Instead of Gix, I think. No, instead of Kaito. Kaito's not doing much here. Ornithopter? Already in here. Mox. I don't know about Chrome Mox. Possibly because we're like We might actually like Chromox here. I don't think I'm playing this. Well, it costs 4. Is not a. It doesn't have flash. No, no. Nope. Yeah, Tifa was good. Tifa was hilariously good. Just out of nowhere, 26,000. Or literally 500 damage. I'm going to take this bird out. I think I have enough of that going on. Let's take out Stalker as well, because it costs 2. No, I don't want Temporal Trespass. Nope. I don't think Tifa's busted at all, no. I don't think it's busted. I wouldn't call it busted. It's just good, but it's not busted. It's not. I still think Bristly Bill might just be better. Tifa can just die pretty easily. Like this is Historic Brawl. It's not like, oh, you play it and then your opponent has no answer. They like, no, it's just a 2-minute card that probably will die a lot when people catch on that they need to kill it really quickly. It dies to Shieldred's Edict. Like there's plenty of ways to easily kill Tifa, which we bumped into a lot. But when they don't kill it, they just lose. Okay. So, we're here with Yuffie. I think it's Yuffie, not Yuffie, but whatever. Yuffie Kisaragi. I am not actually familiar with this character, but apparently it's from Final Fantasy VII. This is Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, which is a notorious commander, especially in CEDH. I don't know about 1v1, but in, normal EDH, this is considered a very good commander. And it seems profoundly egregious here as well, because it always costs 2 mana. Like, it never deals with commander tax. It's just 2 mana, and it draws you cards. So, this, yeah. So it has 2 mana ninjutsu from the command zone. I think it's the only card in the game that has that text on it. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage, reveal the top card of your library, put it to your hand, and your opponent loses life from it. So it's like a Dark Confidant trigger, except your opponent loses life. Kind of like, I think Bucking Bronco, when it's saddled, does that. So that's essentially what's going on here. You're swinging with a bunch of bucking Broncos. Your opponent's losing life. Now, you can play things that slam your opponent in the face for like 12 and stuff off the top of your deck, especially if you're playing things like Brainstorm to stack the top of your deck. There's also Scheming Symmetry. There's also there's another black card that does that. It's like the Spree thing. Yeah, this thing. Put a card on top of your library. I don't really care about this effect that much, right? Oh, this one's okay, but the problem is it costs too much mana, in my opinion, for some kind of sorcery. But this one, I don't like giving my opponent their best card in the given situation, right? Now, you get the best card for the situation. There's a lot of times, arguably, you just end up putting a counterspell on top and then draw it, and then your opponent knows about it, and then whatever they found probably gets countered, or they're like trying to navigate to get that card they just put on top to win the game or stabilize. And that's not worth it to me. I'm sure there's plenty of, you know, Eureka enjoyers that will play this card. I just don't think it's necessary. I think most of your games are going to boil down to whatever blue black ninja nonsense, almost like the mono blue tempo style thing, where you're just picking up Ornithopter to put Eureka in play over and over. You don't ever really care if it dies 10 times, because, again, it always costs 2. So I think this is better. I don't care about the life loss. I'm not trying to make my opponent lose 12 life in one swing. They're going to lose because I have a board of things poking them, and I'm not running out of cards. That's why my opponent's losing. They're not losing because I hit Troll and Treasure Cruise every game. I'm running these cards because they're cheap when you cast them, but they do have a high mana value, so those are the ones that I think are worth it. I think all the others are a trap, and your deck is better without Emrakul in it. To just randomly put on top with Scheming Cemetery or randomly brainstorm it. So, that is why it looks like that. So, let's see what happens. Ooh. Nice. This card is like $20 now. Kind of sad. Wait, this is the Lily. This is one of my favorite Lilianas, but this is the one that only has the furry art. But now today, I guess there's a sale on this thing, which I didn't even know was in the game. Oh, I love that art so much. I love it. Alright, we can't complete our quest. The streak has ended. It was in Pioneers Masters? Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't see it. Apparently it's Yuffie. Ninja of the Deep Hours? What is that? Is that 4 mana 2/2? Is that Ninja of the Deep Hours? Well, I like more of that, actually. We also get to draw both of them. Oh, never mind. I actually gave my opponent the ability to do... This is probably the only card in the game they could have had that dodged priority knowledge. Well played. Well played. That is nuts. That is completely nuts. Alright. That is actually insane. Well played. Oh, look at that Blood Moon I just took. Look at all the value I just got from that. Isn't it amazing? Don't you love the value? Another land is fine. Maybe not 2. Yeah, we can take another land. I don't see a reason to not take another land, so I'm gonna flare probably Lelia whenever this attacks. I don't think I care about this. I care more about this. Honestly. Oh yeah, no, the Liliana's not great. That Liliana's really not great in 1v1 Historic Brawl, but I'm a huge fan of the card. I think it's really cool. Okay, that's not what I would have countered Lelia. I would not have countered that. Still, don't care. This is what I don't like. Alright, time for Degeneracy. Let's play this thing, right? Yeah. Treasure Cruise is interesting. I don't think I need Terramander. I could have, like, stacked it so they get hit by Treasure Cruise and just drew the Terramander. Yeah, maybe that was just better, in all honesty. Whenever this is dealt in... Why are you not casting Lelia? I'm so confused, chat. Why are they not casting Lelia? I'm so confused. Okay. I take it that means my opponent is going to block. So play this pre-combat swing. Oh wait, no, neither creature can block. Ooh, yeah, that's a big oof, huh? Neither creature can block. A 0 and a 1. Alright, well, who cares? Value is value. I could have probably ninjutsu'd Nashi there, honestly. Probably could have done that. But I didn't. Play this. And then play... this? It is valid to just put a 2-3 into play, so I guess I will. We've only drawn a single counter spell, by the way, in a deck with like 50. No, my opponent doesn't seem interested in not attacking. It's also pretty costly to not attack in a deck like this, and I'm sure my opponent is not used to thinking about not attacking ever. So. Okay, well, I stand corrected. They did it this time. They have one blocker. Alright, yeah. Kind of hard to attack me and also not lose the game. So, yep, alright. Look at that. Look at all that life my opponent lost. Look at all the triggers that made my opponent lose life, and that's why I won. And not the infinite cards. Alright, it's the Bard class with extra text on it. You know what? I'll take the Weebery. I'll take it over Bronies. I'll take it. Ah. Bask in my life stealing. Oh no, I don't. It doesn't steal life. Never mind. All right, that's annoying. So let's remove that from existence. Probably should have played the fetch land. No, I don't have a surveil land. No tap lands. Never mind. I will counter basically anything ever, I think. Could have played this, but... Alright, no, I will not counter that, actually. Fair enough. Opponent's actually running Supreme Verdict. That's notable. That's actually kind of weird. Sure. This is actually 5 colors, chat. I didn't put it together. My opponent's playing a 5-color deck. Okay. Swing. Opponent is playing a 5-color deck, and we just revealed Treasure Cruise. Get wrecked. Don't care. I think this can only get an eye. No, I can't even put Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Okay, they're not dead. Can they be dead? No, I don't think so. Oh, there's technically cards that kill my opponent. That's not one of them. Let's play this. Yeah, we play this because it's a ninja, I guess. We play that. And we pass. Surveil 2, gain 2. If this spell was cast from your graveyard. Surveil 2, gain 2. I do not care about that. That doesn't even draw. I don't care about that. Wow, I actually get to draw a card with the Spectral Sailor. That's kind of nuts. Didn't expect that. Alright, now it's probably lights out. Probably. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Eureka is just better than Sithis. Oh man, yeah. There's not a lot. This would have been probably the best card in their deck for them in this spot because it's uncounterable. But I can rebuild. My hand is just full because Eureka is a card for some reason. So, cool. And we nailed them with Treasure Cruise. Can't say that truly mattered. I'm not going to say them losing, what is it, 8 life had any bearing on me winning, but, you know, it was nice. No, it's Eureka. Or Yuffie? Yuffie? Oh, opponent, you don't want to play against Eureka. Oh, but you're this thing. You just ignore your opponent. What's wrong? You just play rug ramp and ignore me. Oh. Let's play the snake, because it looks cooler. People don't know how to build it? Well, that's tragic. Oh, you know what? I should have played the creature, huh? Yeah, I should have. Well, I'll do it now. Those are not lands. As interesting as those cards may appear. Wait, this person's playing a swamp, fetch land in their mono black deck. That's pretty uncommon. Okay, well, if we're ever going to lose, it's because we don't draw lands. That's certainly a thing, I would argue. Am I playing Spell Pierce? Nope. Those are both okay. The island is just better than the Mox, though. Honestly, mana is fine. I think mana is just so good here. Your opponent never wants to see Scry 2 on top, either. Westvale Abbey. Alright. So this probably takes the Spell Pierce. Oh. We're just playing some innocent ninjas. Look no further. Okay, so we swing first. Right? Because that's the only thing I can do anyways. This isn't ideal, actually. I am going to play the land. I think. Actually, no. I'm not going to play the land. I'm not going to play it. Well, that's bad. They know about Spell Pierce, but I mean, they might as well just force me to cast it on something. Whoa, what the? Shouldn't I just trade? I don't understand this attack. I don't understand this attack at all. That's nuts. I'm just never trading my... Yeah, alright, well, you know, to each their own. Holy lands, Batman. Bruh. Bruh. How? Why? Whatever. I mean, the trade was amazing for me, but then I just draw nothing, so... Of course. Well, I win this game with counterspells. tell you that right now. If I drew counter spells, we just win. But we didn't. Okay, you got it. Yep, that tracks. Okay. Well, at least we lost because we didn't draw any cards, instead of losing because our opponent beat us. Our deck is so low in curve, I'm just going to take some lands out. Why is there more swamps than... Why is there more swamps than islands? The auto deck builder thing is just, like, complete potato sometimes, I swear. Complete and utter potato. Magic the Gathering land system is awful, and you shall not be a land apologist in my stream. The land system is the worst aspect of this game, and we're forever stuck with it. I wish we had something like Hearthstone. It is by far the worst mechanic in this game. Neat design space, though. You can make cool lands and stuff. Unearth works. I like Unearth. I guess Deep Hours is okay. I'm not a big fan of it, but whatever. It works. Yeah, you have a land and non-land deck? Yeah. You have to go to bed now. From Europe? Oh. See you. The swamps, chat. The swamps. What is happening? I took out a bunch of swamps just now. Please. Someone said Bedge. Yep, YouTube said Bedge. There's an enchantment you can play that sort of does that. I don't expect this to work, and I'd rather just play Psychic Frog, honestly. So I'm going to play Psychic Frog against the Grixis control deck. My opponent's probably setting up to deal with Yuriko this turn, so I might as well do this instead. They could have Subtlety. It might be Subtlety being held up here. No? So, it doesn't... I'm just gonna put Yuriko in play. Wait a minute, no, not. No, not, no, not. This is essentially Yuriko, except, it's just a problem for my opponent, so... Let's just keep that in play. There's no blue land this can get. Okay. Okay. I think I have to do this. Sure. I'm never casting Treasure Cruise at this point, so... Alright, so I can give it flying, swing for... I don't think I'm in a position to ever, like, cast... I don't want to lose all the stats on this at this point. With Eureka. I think I just have to swing for actual damage at this point. Brazen Bower. Alright, so what does that do? Alright. Oh, I kind of forgot about the pact, actually. Completely forgot about it. If I discard all the cards and swing for 5, they're almost dead, but they're not dead all the way. I'm gonna bounce Kefka. Unfortunately, that doesn't go to the graveyard, though. And I can't get flying again. So we're kind of stonewalled. Bro, the lands! The lands. Like, I'm not playing a second fetchable blue source. I'm just not doing it. Yeah, we just swing, which is unfortunate. Yep. Could I have exiled this? No, I could not have. Okay. Should I just play my commander? Yeah? Okay. Countering it is, like, awful. So, like, it just recast it with ninjutsu. It being in play doesn't actually do anything. Let's play this, so I don't have it get discarded to Kefka. But if it does get discarded, I'm actually not even that upset about that. I could have actually just let this get discarded, and then I would have had 3 cards for the Psychic Frog. I don't know. I'm more interested in trying to find blue mana, really. Maybe not at this point anymore. I needed a blue. I don't believe you're swinging with... Wow, they did. Alright, never mind. So, fly for 4? There was no way to kill them, right? No, there was no way to kill my opponent. This is more average damage than whatever Yuriko could find. Oh my god, bro. What is happening? What is happening? I took out like 5 lands. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Tell me, game. Just tell me what you want. I don't know what you want. I just, you have me stumped. Alright, so I'm dead to removal here. But it is what it is. This doesn't flip for lethal, right? No, it does not flip for... Wait, yes it does. Sacrifice a permanent, other choice... Okay, it doesn't now? Wait, what? What's happening? Come on, don't do it, please. Oh, don't do it. Don't find it. Oh, come on. Don't find it, please. Please. I tried so hard for this. Just need 1 damage. Please. Okay. I mean, this is it. You either have it or you don't. Nothing else matters upon it. Literally nothing else matters. Okay. That does do it, actually. That does do it. Because now I can't hit them, right? There's no way to hit my opponent. There is no way to poke my opponent and they win at 1 life. Block there. Yep, they found it. Right, there's nothing I can do. Exile 3 cards, flying, block. Ornithopter, I can sack that. Unblockable, yep, they got it. Wow. Dang it. Dang it. There was probably a window in this game, honestly, to make my opponent lose 1 life. I'm sure there was a spot in this game, if I went back and looked, that I could have made my opponent lose an additional life, which, if there was that spot in this game, we did throw, because they would have died to this losing 1 life, but we just didn't get there. Oh man, Psychic Frog, I mean, this is actually insane that I even got this far in this game with just Psychic Frog. Like, this card is so cracked. It's unbelievable what this card does on its own. It's not. It was literally Psychic Frog versus my opponent's entire deck. It's like, no card should be able to do this. It's so egregious. Alright, it's a moral victory. I think? Maybe it actually isn't. Okay, well, I mean, to be fair, we also did draw 500 lands again, because why wouldn't we? This is a 3-drop deck. I can probably shave more lands. We also have Mox in our deck. So, I don't know why I just keep drawing swamps. I couldn't tell you. You'll have to tell me. I'm super not convinced I want another fetchable blue source because they're tapped, and that is horrendously ugly in a deck like this. Tap lands are absolutely gross, but I guess I'll suck it up and play that. I'll suck it up, but I don't like it. Isn't Psychic Frog banned in Legacy? I guess we can play Silver Fur just because it's a ninja, but I'm not super excited about it. It's not great, but it's probably okay. I don't think Psychic Frog is banned in Modern yet. I can't remember. I haven't seen anyone play a Psychic Frog against me in Modern in, like, a certain amount of time, so maybe it's coincidence. But I remember, yeah, it got banned in Legacy. It's like Delver's Secrets, but for 1 extra mana, your Delver's Secrets turns into Gristlebrand. That is so spicy. Probably going to take out Mystic Sanctuary. It seems like I'm never flipping this, or putting, like, activating it, really. Like, ever. And here we are. Borderline losing on the spot because we have a tap land. Actually, Remand is solid here. Whenever you discard a creature, you pay 3 and you make a 4/4 of it. Okay. Yep, we play this. Troll is meh. Could try to stack it for it to be good. No, just not gonna do that. Not interested. Hey, Stifle's good. 1 mana land destruction. It's pretty good, especially in a deck like this. Choking your opponent out is pretty good. Alright, Unburial Rites. Do we have the discard card? I've only played against this once, and it was like a year ago. Might actually be the same person. Okay, my opponent just perfectly got a Elish Norn that for some reason they had to think about for 20 minutes. That's game then. Alright, congratulations. The best possible creature in your deck, probably. Better than Gristlebrand here, that's for sure. It's really fascinating. Yep. Absolute perfection. Wish I could do that. Sure, wish I could do that. Why does it call this one Gilgamesh? Oh, it only calls it by its right name in the deck builder. Goto's just a combo deck. It doesn't really do anything interesting except be a combo deck. Like, it literally does nothing except be a combo deck. Let's use this one for Watery Grave. Life total doesn't matter. I think it's a 10-mana combo. Might be 11, actually. That is one of the most insane things to see here. This just was not on my radar. Wait, what? Okay. What just happened? So... Alright. I was not expecting Thought Knot Seer. I'm never doing this. It's not worth the damage, in my opinion, to put your land in harm's way. I would never do that here. Might die to this Thought Knot Seer, actually. They just played into a counter spell. Don't really know why. Seemed completely unnecessary. Maybe they just wanted it out of the way. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Still losing to the Thought Knot Seer, though. And pass. Sacrifice an artifact and make mana with it. Sacrifice one or more artifacts. Okay. That's a Radiant Lotus. Wow. That's just what that is. Okay. Yeah, you got it. So... we can pick up Fairy. Yeah, we're gonna definitely do that here. My opponent taking the Brainstorms is a bit... still strange to me here, this deep into the game. Alright, so what do? We cast our commander, then we can make a bunch of mana for Helm of the Spaghetti Noodles. Okay, this is huge that they're sacking it now instead of testing with the commander. Unless their last card is Banefire, which would be so funny. Oh, man. Oh, bro. So yeah, you get Helm of the whatever, where you get a copy of Godo, but it's not a legendary, and then you can do it again and again and again. So you make infinite 3/3s. This is a super well-known combo. It's honestly the only reason Godo sees play is that Helm of the 4-mana equipment that makes copies of non-legendary copies of a creature. So they just spam that over and over, which is what they were interested in doing. But I never recommend Radiant Lotus as a card. This would have just been fine in my opponent's position as Gilded Lotus. It would have had the same outcome, except they didn't just 4-for-1 themselves with a counterspell there. So yeah, the Thought-Knot Seer in this position still probably could kill me. It's going to get harder and harder for it to do so, but I think my opponent genuinely had an out of swinging with this, and I'm like struggling to consistently block and stuff. Now, if they do swing, I do get to punish them back because I have this in the command zone that is not unblockable and all that jazz. But they also had Mutavault, which could block the ninja. So this I don't think is lights out, even though they just 4-for themselves. Get wrecked. Also, the counter spells are not... Radiant Lotus is fine with Rocco? Oh, I guess, yeah. That's fair. Oh, shoot, it's this matchup. Are they on the play? Of course they're on the play. Of course they're on the play. Why not? Because this deck needs help. Yep. Isn't that exciting, chat? Don't you love it when your Tamiyo player's on the play? Doesn't it make the game interesting? Okay, so Swamp. Oh, they also have the perfect answer? No way. No way. Do I put this to my hand? Does it matter? I don't know. Doesn't matter. How do they do it, chat? How do they do it? How does the Tamiyo player have it all? I'm so tired of seeing Tamiyos on the board. It's like 1,000 Tamiyos. Just, I played against Tamiyo like 16 times yesterday. I'm just so over it right now. I'm so over it. Don't think I'm replaying the Ornithop. Maybe I am, actually. Yeah, I guess I am. It's not like I'm doing anything else, so... Why is the Tamiyo player playing Dust Bowl? Could they just cracked... They could have just cracked lands. They did not have to do it like that. It's kind of whatever. It probably doesn't matter. Alright, so now we just lose the game because Tamio's stupid? I think so. Pretty sure that's what that means. I can't get access to this card, and now the game's over. Very fun. Man, I love this. This is so enjoyable. I can't wait to see it 3 more times in a row. I'm so over Tamio. It's the one commander right now that I'm just so done with. And every time I play against it's on the play too, which is just like, whatever. I'm so over it. I will complain vigorously and you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Well, if I had this card, we were maybe okay. But I didn't. I think I have to reevaluate some cards here. I'm noticing pain points, and they are getting in the way. Do I troll? No, I don't think so. Treasure Cruise is not castable and not a good draw randomly off the top, so. So, do nothing because life is pain? I think that's the case, yeah. Yep. I can't do anything. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. It's not like this would do anything anyways, it would just die. So brainstorm first and then cast the fairy. Let's get rid of Fatal Push, and how many cards I got in the graveyard? 1. Drown's not looking great. Guess I'll keep that. Is this too late? No. Still just 1 card in the graveyard. Alright, now it's 2. We knew about that removal. No, there's still a removal spell in their hand that we do not know about. Let's see if we can't sniff it out here. What is it? Bitter Triumph. Alright. My opponent's hand is really not good.
Let's play this. No, we have to play one of these. That one? Okay. Might move back to Europe, but think of all the Walmarts you won't have access to. Think of the Walmarts. It's 3, so I can't do anything. Well, they can't minus it, so that's pretty nice, right? Okay, we found our window, which I'm not going to lie to you is a bit unbelievable. So we swing with Eureka to face? Or do we swing with the Moon Circuit? I think I swing with the Moon Circuit because it sees more cards and it's cheaper, and I don't care about the life loss, right? So this just is slightly better here. It's also a ninja in play for later. This is good. A land is also fine. Okay. And then I can play this. Alright. 3 cards in the graveyard. Wait, why was that so cheap? What? Why was that so cheap? I don't know. Oh, the Cabal Stronghold. Excuse me. That's why. We lose the game if they Torment of Hellfire with their commander's ultimate. But I don't know if I'm in a position to really do anything about that. Killing my commander is never a good thing. Never a good feeling. I could have just ninjutsu'd back. Seems a little counterproductive, though. Let's play this. That's counterable. Seven, 8, 9. Doesn't kill me. Comes really close. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't kill me. I love to see that too. That is huge. Alright, so we might have actually stabilized. Might have stabilized. I'm gonna put this, because again, the scrying is actually really useful here. So let's actually do this here. Snapcaster Mage is fine. And I think I just cast Eureka. No, that's stupid. Chat, that's dumb. Ginger Brute? Yeah? Okay. That's fine. If I cast it, what do I do? Brainstorm? Sure. The only reason I'm doing that is so I can just pick it back up, obviously. I think we stabilized, chat. I think we stabilized. Also, I stacked it wrong. Technically, I could have made my opponent lose more life, but I mean, I don't think that's relevant here. Don't think that matters. I don't need Terramender. And I will play Otawara as a land, and I'll pass. Alright, so we have counter spells for days, and now it could be impossible to resolve a threat from the opponent. And I don't care if they kill my cards, doesn't matter. That's not what this game is about. They know about Snapcaster Mage, so they know I can do that again. Probably don't have a choice, though. Yeah, I might as well send it. And I will. Ooh, excuse me. Probably best to not go down to 1 if I had to take a shot in the dark. Let's see if we can't find 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see if we can't find a card here. Okay, I literally cannot play Gix, so I'll lose the game. That's fine. Maybe this just gives me hedge against something, but it's probably best to not go to 1 if I can help it. I will play the land anyways because you never know, but not looking great. Cracking it. Thought distortion? I guess? Yeah. I guess so. Winter Moon? You got it. By all means. Wow, we might beat Torment of Hailfire for 9. Vraska. Oh, get Spell Pierced. Rip. Alright, they probably have 1 or 2... Well, it depends what this flips. Alright, it flips on land, so they have more looks. I don't have lethal in play. They do have 2 shots. Oh, they kept their commander on top of their deck. Why'd they do that? I guess they just had to. Still, though, I mean, yeah, if you're going to concede, then you obviously shouldn't have put it on top. I didn't notice that. I'm like, wait, where's their commander? Yeah, you probably didn't want to keep that one. At this point in the game, I don't even think Liliana's worth anything. So, like, you don't need the ultimate. You have Omniscience in play already. So, you should probably just keep this in the command zone. And, potentially draw... I don't really know what. I could counter any possible card except, like... Ulamog, I guess? If that was in their deck for some reason. Which I still could beat by just making it a 1-1. And then flashing in... Well, actually, if they did have Ulamog, the game would continue. Not very likely, though, but... Alright. Crazy game. Crazy game. Stark difference from Tamio, that's for sure. You got into Magic because of Lord of the Rings? Fair enough. You're young at heart, but not in body. Protests. Surely they were Magic-related protests. Okay, Nashi's too expensive, and honestly, so was Gix. To be completely honest with you. So is Gix. Okay. More removal is interesting. I don't think I want Dark Ritual. Tragic Slip? Hmm. You're gonna collect the Final Fantasy X cards? I'm sure the Final Fantasy VII cards are gonna be like the big ticket ones. But I don't know, maybe not. Shieldred's Edict is alright. I'm not really sold on it that much though. I don't care about cantrips, really. Could just play 3 steps ahead. Could just play it. I don't want to ever give my opponent a 2-2 bird. That could be a problem, actually. Yuna's doing stuff in standard. You say names as if I know the card. You say names. Ugh. I'm sure I looked at it yesterday, but Yuna doesn't help me. Vendilion Click? I guess. It might even be better than Brazen Borrower. I don't know. Maybe. Do I own it? I might not even own it. I think it's a mythic. I think it's a mythic. I don't know. Oh no, we're stuck. You want to learn how to play? Well, that's pretty easy. Learning how to get good might be a bit different, but learning how to play is pretty straightforward. Draw 1 card a turn, play it if you can, and if you can't, concede. There you go. I like how there's a bajillion commanders, so my thoughts on it so far are pretty good. There's like so many cards I can actually play with that even if they're not good, it's fine. It's a massive vomiting of historic brawl content. Not a fan of Final Fantasy, but I can look past that to play cards that I think are interesting. I feel like I'm playing Fortnite, the card game, as more time goes on and more IPs get jammed in my face. But I can look past it if the cards are interesting. No, Virtue Persistence, there's no, that doesn't do anything. No. I don't care about damage. We already went through the damage argument. The damage portion of this to me is completely irrelevant. But if you want to, that would be fine. It's not like it's an uncastable card before that point. I just don't recommend it. But, I mean, it's a 2-mana removal spell for the most part. It is a sorcery. I can't say it's a bad idea. But it's not my idea. Really? Okay, I feel like I'm always happy. I feel like that's always a good thing my opponent just did. I'm never, like, upset about this, I feel. Alright, opponent, you do that 5 more times, please. You do what you just did, like, 5 more times. That'd be great. Okay. Well, at least the Nashi player knows how the game is played. They know what the game is about. I'll give them that. My Nashi player does know what matters. I will give them that. I'm impressed. But you know what they didn't expect? Me to just hardcast it. My opponent was not expecting that, I assure you. The old hardcast Yuffie, look at that. Sometimes you just send it. Yeah, spending more mana than it costs to... for the... I tried. I tried words, it didn't work out. Play the land they know about and just swing. Swinging is pretty telling, but it is what it is, right? Oh, Nashi's getting bullied, chat. Oh, no. That is to say, I'm not necessarily winning the game still, but... Oh, hey, it's Mana Drain. Alright, maybe I am winning now. Hello, Mana Drain. How are you doing? What are you up to? What are you up to? How are things at home? Balagate Recovery. Alright. I don't care. They picked up a sorcery. That's funny. That's adorable. We're bullying Nashi, chat. It's happening. The Nashi bullying is real. Let's just cast this with the Mana Drain mana. I can pick up Terramander, but that's boring. We could just Snapcaster Mage win the game. I don't care. I'm not gonna make a move on a 1-mana card. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Oh, thanks for all the mana. Oh, I also get to pick up Snapcaster Mage again with my commander, so... Rip. Oh, this is great. Let's cycle this. Okay, that's definitely better. Mystic Sanctuary. Chat, we can pick up a Drown in the Lock that always works. And then we can recast it. Alright. Oh, this is healing. Oh, Nashi's just tasting it, man. Nashi's tasting it. Oof. Oof. Yep, alright. I don't feel like playing the game on my turn. Oh, no. Somebody call an ambulance. Ooh, but not for me. Ooh. Oh, no. Has Nashi been dethroned? Probably not. Probably not. But you know what? That was great. I just need to do that to Tamio. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want to do that to Tamio. Oh, no. Hey, it's Covert. I know this person. It's Covert playing Eureka. Let's see. Are they playing a bunch of expensive cards? How much you want to bet? Oh, I didn't keep a... Ah, oh, I thought I clicked Mulligan. Oh, no, I don't have a creature. I got so caught up. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, dude, I don't have a creature. Alright, wait. Maybe I can still play. Yep. Okay. Interesting. man. Starstruck? Yeah, I guess so. I really thought I clicked mulligan. No. It's alright. It's alright. Opponent is really thinking about stuff. Spectral Sailor, tragic. Not much I can do about it. Shieldred Edict? Yeah, feels like maybe the best idea. Don't you spell pierce. I swear if you spell pierce. Okay. They didn't play the 1/1 in response. They could have just played Spectral Sailor. They could have just played it. Okay, so there was a bit of a huge mistake there, I think. They could have just played that and kept their commander around. Okay, so now I can steal this. Now I can steal that. And this is probably one of the final turn cycles, I think. I'm out of gas if this doesn't work. And it probably won't work because they have all the cards in the world and I don't. Alright. I mean, I guess I got a Cyclonic Rift out of the way, but still. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They probably have a counterspell, and then we just lose. I can maybe respect it a little. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it most likely doesn't work here. But I can play around Jirari spaghetti noodles. Okay, I didn't find anything, so we get hit by their commander. And I can make it lose abilities, but there's a chance that doesn't win long term. I should have mulliganed for a 1-drop. That's just so devastating. I think that's really what cost me this game. Or at least, you know, put my opponent in a huge favorable position. Of course it's Treasure Cruise, right? Of course it's just instantly Treasure Cruise too, yep. Right. Alright. Calm down. I have to make content too, Covert. Calm down. Calm yourself. We're losing so bad. My head is so bad. This is a nightmare. Alright, Narset actually doesn't stop your opponent's Eureka. Reanimate. Reanimate. Alright, so we do play this, and then we play this, because I have to, like, actually do something. I will not block. If you have ninjutsu, congratulations. Extra turns are kind of weird. Alright, well they're just playing a deck that costs way more mana. That's all it is. Fair enough. Oh, come on. You also have an ninjutsu card. We just got totally thrashed. We got just soundly thrashed. I was barely in this game. Yeah, I needed a 1-drop. You can see why the necessity of a 1-drop was huge. I'd say that's probably the most relevant thing that happened this game, was I just didn't have a 1-drop to, like, actually compete with what my opponent was doing, right? To have a back and forth. Because I put myself in a position where I had to be reactionary kind of the entire game because I took away my ability to be proactive without keeping a 1-drop, which was a colossal mistake. I should have blitzed mulligan like I have been every other game for a 1-drop, and we saw what happened. Not to say that I would win, but I would be in an actual position to be proactive. Alright. Dang it. Damage did not matter. It didn't matter that game either. It didn't. Damage did not matter that game. The Treasure Cruise didn't matter. It was funny that they hit Treasure Cruise. But no, damage was completely irrelevant. We both could have had 100 life that game. It had no basis on anything. Alright. Like I would have conceded there if I had 100 life. I like the game's still over. Nothing fancy's going on there. Alright. Let's play this. Yeah, they don't pre-weight new commanders. That's why you can play against all the stuff, though. Yeah. Opponent did have damage matters cards, I guess, but the conclusion would be something closer to this, in my opinion, as more people play this commander. What I'm doing is far more likely in the long term. In my humble onions. So, do I ninjutsu? I don't think I do. Because if they resolve Nadu, I'm actually kind of screwed. So I think I'd take a turn off here. Also, I might not have time to finish this game. I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Chat, I don't know what it is with the Nadu players, but they just perpetually have Roaring Earth or Bristly Bill. They just, it's a perpetual thing, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Someone make it make sense, please. I don't get it. Almost every Nadu player I play against has it. It is actually nuts. Alright, so I'm just trying to get them to cast Nadu. And it worked. Get cyberbullied. Yep. I was just trying to bait out the Nadu. And it worked. Cool. Get scammed. Alright, I don't have time for another game. How is Yuriko compared to Tifa? They're different. They're very different, I would say. I think this is better because it's in, like, mana drain colors and removal. I could have probably ran more removal than I did, honestly. We did see one mirror, and that mirror had a bunch of expensive cards to make you lose a bunch of life. It does hasten the process of killing your opponent, but you're playing a vastly slower deck overall. But you're just expecting to get to cast those cards at some point, which I am not interested in. I think as more time goes on, we're going to see this commander look more and more like this, sort of like Tameo, than this big fancy, like, oh, look at all these 5-drops I have. Extra turns might make an excuse to be played because they can sometimes outright end the game on the spot. Right? You just take an extra turn, assuming you were swinging with your creatures to make your opponent lose a bunch of life, and then you can have them be unblockable, like your opponent doesn't have a board state, and maybe they don't, because you've cleared the board constantly with counterspells and removal. Then suddenly your extra turns win. However, to me, that's like win more. You would just much prefer, especially for the vast amount of the game's lifespan, the first half of it, where like a lot of things happen, which is turns 1, 2, and 3, you would rather just flip counterspells and more creatures and more enablers of your commander than taking an extra turn when most of the time that doesn't matter. Because you're probably already winning, and snowballing a win just gets in the way of getting to the win in the first place. That's why it's called win more. So I truly believe the Yuriko players are going to start to look like this as time goes on. And because Nashi already fits the role of what that 5/4 kind of thing is doing, right? Where you're just getting this Snapcaster Mage Nashi value. You can also play the green cards like Growth Spiral and whatnot, and take a bunch of terms, and you have like a combo in there. And I just think Nashi's better for that extra turn, 6/7 drop things than Yuriko is. If you see competitive Yuriko lists, most of them expect you to play against more than one opponent, right? You'd have to look at specifically Historic Brawl or 1v1 Commander. You can't look at EDH lists with Yuriko because you're going to get a different kind of thing going on. Taking extra turns is way more important when you have 3 opponents, right? You're not just taking an extra turn anymore. You're stopping 3 people from taking a turn more than you're going again. And that is huge, right? Where it's 1v1, you're just sort of skipping over your opponent's turn, and it's 3 times as less efficient. So it's the extra turn effects in there are colossal. Here, Again, you can play them. It's not like they're bad, even if they just cycle themselves at 5 mana, assuming you want to do that. Sometimes you cannot afford to just tap 5 mana to do that. Your opponent could have a removal spell in response, or a counter spell or something, and then your 5 mana sorcery speed card just lost you the game because you got countered, and then you're forced to pass, and then you just lose. So there's no reason to play into those variables, in my opinion. This was extremely successful, looking like this. This was wildly successful. I don't think you need the fancy cards. Like, Troll is fine. It's just a land that can... Like, it gets both mana colors. If it only got a swamp, I would not play this, but it does get a blue source. I did end up adding a second fetchable blue source, but it is a tapped one. And Mystic Sanctuary did actually come up a single game. I don't know if this is necessary. It is tapped, and we're the kind of deck that does not want tap lands, like, ever. However, it was pretty crucial, in my opinion, to have at least one additional fetchable blue source off of my, excuse me, my black fetch lands that can't find an island. So I did add the Surveil land. If you want more, it's reasonable to probably run 1 or 2 more fetchable blue sources, even if they're tapped, like generic snow land thing or whatever, just anything you could find. But in my opinion, you just want to be as untapped as possible. You want to be as efficient as possible. This is Historic Brawl. The power level is only going up. This new set did not help it go down in any way, unless there's like bans or revisions and rules or updates of, you know, alchemy changes like this thing. It's going up, which means the curve of decks is going to keep going down and more efficient. And I think the best way to play this is just like Tamiyo, with black cards instead of green cards. Is that interesting to people? I don't know. You could just play Tamiyo, but until they put this in Tier 1, which I think it's going to go in Tier 1, Tifa will not go in Tier 1 in my opinion at all, but this will probably go to Hell Q when they put actual, like, weight of the new... Because they're weightless when they first come out, and they just let them play against whatever. But when it gets weighted, I expect this to be egregious. Up to, like, Keenan and Sithis, right? Because, again, this is the Eureka list I expect more than, like, oh, look at all these 4-drops I have. So, yeah. Can recommend. This is a very, very good commander. I could have played more ninjas, not too many more, but I mean, it's alright. The value is so easy. You don't need to draw 2 cards a turn. It's nice to, but, like, 2 extra cards a turn, you're right, after the first, like, drawing 2 cards a turn is pretty devastating in most matchups. But yeah, more removal is reasonable. I felt like there were some games I wanted more removal, I would say. Some games I actually even wanted more counter spells. If I had one or the other in some of the games I lost, I would have just won. So if I can min-max how many 1-mana cards I have to enable this, I can make room for more removal and counter spells and just cut out some of these 1-drops. You just do want to blitz for a 1-mana card, though, or a Ornithopter or whatever. You really want that on turn 1. If it gets killed, it's not lights out. You can surprise people by just casting this for 3 mana, and they're like, oh, shoot. They just cast it. I don't have an answer for them just casting it. So you can't surprise people with that, which is funny. But, yep, can recommend. Very strong. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Alright, get out of here. Get out of here.